My note here was the Pussycat Dolls on Xanax.
Hi, I'm Jana Pokop, and my friend Alexander Doust and I love new music, and also good cocktails. Welcome to Mixomusicology, a nerdy show about both. It'll work like this. Every episode, we'll break down a set of recently released songs, or a full album if a big one just dropped, and talk about what works for us, what doesn't, and the broader landscape that music sits in, both in terms of pop culture and in terms of how the song was made. Each week, we'll also make a themed cocktail that, if you're following along on our Substacks, you can make with us. Listen along every week with our companion playlist, available down below in the show notes.
This week, Jungle, Someday, Somewhere, Westside Cowboy, Pinup Boys, and Kelela and PinkPantheress, The Bridge. In 2026, I think one thing that unites a lot of people is the hunt for bygone eras. Gen Z is constantly in the media for retreading fashion and music ground from the early aughts. Film production companies are making safe bets on live-action adaptations of existing IP and continuations of popular storylines from films that are just far enough in the past to evoke warm, fuzzy feelings of comfort. This year alone, over 75 major franchises and blockbusters from years past have received confirmation of upcoming sequels. Conservatives yearn for worse times for everybody except for themselves, as it turns out, which tracks. I even find myself trapped in the cocoon of nostalgia, where it's safe and cozy and familiar. According to my notes, I've watched 24 films from the 90s since 2026 began. That's not counting rewatches of Muriel's Wedding, The Birdcage, and Matilda. Nostalgia can make us feel safe. Toy Story 5 exists in 2026 because it connects us to a past where we felt secure and parented and didn't have to worry necessarily about the rise of fascism or generative AI or whether our senators may have been secretly dead for weeks. Which means, of course, that they're a great cash grab. Will I be seeing Toy Story 5 to spend 2 hours in a dark theater without having to think about Mitch McConnell pulling off some Bizarro World Weekend at Bernie's situation? You bet. There's a dark edge to nostalgia too, though. How can we move forward if we're only ever looking back? If limited resources exist for new art and media, and the eyes of those with the funding are trained only on the past, is there a way for our art and culture as a society to continue to evolve? Is there a threshold of nostalgia saturation that will send us careening into some new dark age in favor of familiarity? We might already be there. The songs this week feel familiar. I don't say this, despite my fears about nostalgia, to mean that they're bad songs. I love that PinkPantheress very openly borrows from a 2000s sonic palette. I think the classic Americana of Westside Cowboys, Pinup Boys is being repurposed and subverted in a really great way. And the 70s were great for music, which the members of Jungle know implicitly, and I find their faithful recreation of the sound lovely, if not new, for them or us. Hi, Jana.
Hi, Alex.
What nostalgia vehicle do you have the biggest soft spot for?
Oh my God. So much.
Is it Hillary Duff?
I mean, I was going to say this parlays really well into last week's monologue for me, but I think it is, and I joke because you so smartly suggest sometimes that we should have maybe a mini episode where we talk about stuff we can't cover, but it's new and we've liked and we've listened to lately. And I remember I'm like, Alex, I just listen to my old stuff all the time over and over again. Like I plant myself back in a better year and I listen to that playlist and it keeps me a little bit sane. So yeah, I think so. I watch a lot of new TV. I'm always down for a new movie. I don't think I really live in that nostalgia, except I will. Well, we'll talk about that in a little bit with current events. But music is my nostalgia vehicle.
Okay. A lot of it is TV for me. And I mean, it's not itself nostalgia, but it pulls heavily on it. I recently visited Twin Peaks again for Twin Peaks: The Return, which is the third season of Twin Peaks that came out 2 decades and change after the original.
Interesting. I'm going to say something that will shock and awe everybody. I've not
I'm
seen
about
Twin
to
Peaks.
quit this
I know.
podcast.
You're like, we're done. We can't be friends. Please leave.
How dare you?
I know it's a huge gap in my pop culture, which is weird.
If I can offer you advice, you, specifically you, would love the first season.
Okay.
The second season goes off the rails, sometimes in magnificent ways and sometimes in horrible, really corny ways.
So the first two came out way back when, and then there was a big gap, and then...
Yeah, I want to say the first two came out in 90 and 91.
Okay.
Yeah, consecutively. And then the third one came out in like 2017.
Fascinating. That's why
Yeah.
I missed it. I was just a dorky kid in the early 90s. And then probably when it came back again, I was off to other things. I'm not sure. That's fascinating how sometimes just the year you were born really affects what you missed, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, really worth a watch. And then I had two others written down because I love them as vehicles for imagining what the 80s were like, even though it's not what the 80s were like.
Yes.
So there
that.
was an animated She-Ra revival
Yeah.
called The Princesses of Power back in, I think it went through 2016 through 2021. It is one of the best animated shows I've ever seen. I love it so
Interesting.
much.
I was in on the old He-Man and She-Ra, but I have not seen anything newer.
Oh, man. It is rich with lore, which is a really weird thing to say about something from the He-Man universe.
Well, looking back, it was very gay. It was very gay.
And She-Ra dials it up to 3 million. It's fantastic. It's so gay.
Say no more.
Yes.
In fact, let's just quit recording now and I'll report back after I watch the whole thing. No.
Yes. And then Glow, the dramedy
Yes.
that was made out of the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, which was a real wrestling outfit back in the 80s.
Totally.
The show on Netflix starring Alison Brie and Betty Gilpin. So
Yes.
good.
And my dude Mark Maron's in that one too.
Yes. It's just nostalgia. Like it is like visiting the 80s in a time machine. But like a cocaine version of it.
Which I'm nostalgic for. Your monologue makes great points. Like, what's the saturation point? Because you bringing up like the vibe of Glow, my TikTok algorithm is a lot of like those moody saxophone tracks with the sweet 80s interiors. Like, here's your Miami apartment if you were a cocaine lord in the 80s. And it makes me nostalgic for something I never had. Like, my parents did not decorate like that. I didn't grow up with that furniture, but I'm still like, oh, I would die to sit on that pink couch with the Panther coffee table.
Well, it's the rose-colored glasses effect because, like, I don't know, people
Yeah.
who have lived through the 80s as adults are like, yeah, I mean, there was some of that in, like, advertisements, but mostly the 80s were beige.
Exactly. Isn't
Yeah.
that weird?
Yeah, there's a, I don't know, a social drift to memory that I find really interesting, but is probably not the purpose of this podcast.
I really love that term. Yeah. I don't know if this is a proper segue, but my real nostalgia my favorite movie is Jurassic Park and has been since I was a kid. And this drink we are about to have, I am going to cheers to Sam Neill. I'm so sad that he is no longer with us, but what a kind, fascinating human being who left this world better than when he came, which I think is the gold standard of how to live. So yeah, that hit me in the nostalgia feels for sure yesterday when we learned that Sam Neill had passed away. So
a lot of good people have died recently, and I'm not talking about Lindsey Graham.
that was a different kind of reaction, I'll just say.
The Catherine O'Hara death, and I think we mentioned this a couple of weeks back, but that's still a big one for me. So
yep, those
I get
two. That came back up with Sam. I was like, all my movie parents are passing away. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just what happens. The longer you go, the more it happens. I guess it's a feature, not a bug.
Well, should we toast to Sam Neill? Would you like a drink?
I would love one, Alex.
Amazing. So for this week, we're making a drink I'm calling the Pinup, based on lyrics from Westside Cowboy's Pinup Boys.
Which is a great name for a song.
So this drink is somewhere between a Jasmine, which is a famous cocktail from the 1990s, and a Boston, which is a very classic cocktail from 1934.
I'm learning so much. Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you the history and then I'll tell you the recipe.
Huh.
So the Jasmine was made by a mixologist called Paul Harrington. I used the proportions of this drink's ingredients for this cocktail, essentially, but I switched out the Campari for elderflower liqueur, and the orange liqueur in the original recipe is switched out for apricot brandy, which is a fun little ingredient. The apricot brandy comes from the Boston. I figured that these two cocktails could sort of be combined in an interesting way. A Boston cocktail I found in Boothby's World Drinks and How to Mix Them, which is a fantastic name for a cocktail book.
Boothby, I'm in.
Boothby from 1934. So for this drink, it's going to be standard shaken drink, 2 ounces of gin, 1 ounce of apricot brandy, 3/4 ounces of lemon juice, a 1/2 ounce of elderflower liqueur, and a little bar spoon of Luxardo cherry syrup if you like your drink a little sweeter. I think this one can handle it.
Absolutely.
You're going to shake that all up.
I know this is not a video podcast, but I need to brag that my friend Heidi purchased for me. Alex can see it. This rocket ship cocktail shaker. She
Very
was like,
mid-century.
you needed it. And I was like, I did, Heidi. Thank you. Anyway. This one, I will admit I had to get, on Alex's advice, I have peach brandy.
How could you?
But it smelled really good when I poured it.
I think that peach brandy is a perfect substitute here. In fact, a lot of apricot brandies secretly have a large amount of peach in them because apricots are pretty expensive, as it turns out. Yes, and hard to find fresh because they've got a short season. Mm-hmm. So peach brandy works here. You could go for a really high shelf, like apricot liqueur too, but apricot liqueurs get really cloying and sweet really quickly.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
Yes.
I will say now that this podcast is in my life, when I travel down the liqueur aisle, at Total Wine, I'm like, ooh, what should I just buy and then tell Alex to make something out of? Because there's so many.
Jenna, I have a running list of like 30 different ideas
Fabulous.
At any given time. But if you find something cool, I guarantee that I can find it here. If you can find something in Albuquerque, I'm sure you can find it in New York, except for Hatch chilies. I can't find them here.
Maybe I'll bring you some when I visit.
Jenna, you would change my life. I would immediately put them in this dinner that I'm planning for you.
Say no more. You know what? We were talking last night about making our own, because there is an Alexander cocktail I discovered, and you're like, yeah, it's not your favorite. And I was like, oh, we should make our own. And you have one, your signature. And I was like, I need one. And maybe Hatch chili would be in it. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Alexander is okay. It's good with plain brandy, I guess. It's just it's a cream-based cocktail, and
yeah.
It's a dessert one. I'm not a huge fan of dessert cocktails. I say as I plan out a dessert cocktail for next week.
You know what? We have to do some, because some people, that's their jam.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a little too sweet for me. That's all.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. I've mixed this drink. It looks pretty. It kind of looked like the same color as yours, which is an improvement for me over last week.
Hell yeah.
Look at that. They're identical, guys.
They're identical. Closer than sisters. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Clink.
I like that a lot.
Yeah? Good.
It's got a little like that, like a dry wine that makes you, it doesn't taste like dry wine at all, but it makes my little taste buds go a little bit.
Yep.
That's the best way to describe it.
Especially on the tail end. But yeah, I mean, you could classify this as a sour, and I think that fits the bill. And I know you like a sour.
I love a sour. That's great.
That's your favorite like classification of cocktail, right?
I think so. I love the New York sour genre of things. That has, whiskey sour, all those things, but New York sour is probably my fave.
I almost did a float on this and made it more close to a New York sour, and then I was like, I cannot combine 3 drinks. That's too much.
We're really cooking with gas over here. We're
cooking with something.
We're cooking, just period. That's delicious. I think the cherry, Luxardo cherry juice adds the sweetness that balances that kind of snap out a little bit. Dig it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. All right, so this week we are listening to Jungle's Someday Somewhere, Westside Cowboys, Pinup Boys, and Kelela and PinkPantheress' The Bridge.
Once again, we're taking y'all on a ride.
I can't wait. Do you want to start with Jungle?
Let's start with Jungle.
Just a short little guy.
What a little summer jam, a little 2.5 minutes of pure top-down driving up the coast vibes. That's what I got from it.
Yeah, it is sometimes nice to just listen to an easy song. This song is not challenging to listen to, and some of the songs that we listen to are, which is wonderful. Songs exist to challenge.
Exactly.
But sometimes they also exist just to be dancey and cute.
Yeah, I was looking at the lyrics and I was like, this might be the shortest set of lyrics we've had on this pod, period.
Can you pull anything from the lyrics to discuss?
I said I liked "We Can Live Our Sweet Harmony," which is not deep, but it's, it's what it is. I will say, I think I forgot to mention early that this is a British trio, Josh Lloyd Watson and Tom McFarland, and then they just added Lydia Kiddo as their third in the trio for the vocals like 3 years ago. But they've been around since 2014 or so. So Jungle is established, badass British kind of dance situation. And they say the song is about the feeling that something better is coming. And I was like, honestly, we all need that.
I mean, to say nothing of the monologue, yes.
Exactly.
It's just good vibes all around. I feel like there's a little bit of Leon Thomas in here. I hear that a little bit. Earth, Wind, and Fire, if we want to do the older reference that I think Jungle is just pulling from 70s and 80s groups.
I think you're right.
Predominantly black groups, I think,
just based
on the sound. They got a little Bee Gees in there too.
Yeah. I wonder, I was just perusing the Wikipedia, I guess they just had Lydia contribute a bunch and then they finally just made her join the band. But it does make sense to, if you've got two producer dudes, you're going to need someone to sing this stuff. I'm really summing up Jungle in a way that their fans are going to be like, that's not what happened. But it feels right. This feels like a nice mix. And I was surprised that it was so recent to this lineup, I'll say.
It's good to see a guest star get moved to a series regular role.
Exactly. That's probably exactly what happened.
The melody of this song and also the lyrical content do remind me of that one Erasure song that's always I want to be with you and make believe with you and live in harmony.
There you go.
Yeah.
Similar themes.
So it's just the way that they move up and down the scale in this song reminds me a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And my favorite part is the bass line, period.
I was just about to bring up the bass line. Yes.
So good.
It is good. Yeah. I don't think that you can have a successful funk derivative song without a really strong bass line.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it makes sense that that's here too.
One of my summer goals, which summer's half over, so let's not talk about it, is to get better at bass. I really love playing bass. I'm more and more just listening to cool bass lines and I'm like, I want to learn to play this one. And if I sat down and did it, guys, I would be a much better bass player. But I'm not.
There's not much else to say about this song. It's just breezy and islandy and easy to slot in almost anywhere.
Guys, we are in the thick of July. It's hot everywhere. People are dying, some good, some bad. We need this song.
I'm recording without an air conditioner so that there's no background noise. And it is 85 degrees in the room I'm sitting in because this room is all windows.
Let's just talk double time and you can slow us down so we can get you out of there faster.
Oh my God, perfect.
Okay, anyway.
All right, this is Westside Cowboys, Pinup Boys.
If nothing else, at least I looked alive. I was standing to attention by the time that you arrived. If there's one thing for certain that a man like me can't see, it's the face that I was pulling when you looked right through me. Still I sit a minute to myself. Something changed when I got older. Now the hours move like death. And if there was just one thing for certain that a man like me can't see, it's the face that I was pulling when you looked right through me. Only aside, you try and kill me, boy. You learn your limit.
Fun.
Yeah, I found this completely at random. I know nothing about Westside Cowboy other than they're a UK band doing some like American rock and Americana.
Yeah. It seems like I also looked them up. They're super, as opposed to Jungle, who's been around a while, these guys won Glastonbury's Emerging Talent Competition last year. So they're fresh.
Hey,
They're brand new.
That's what people like about me. I've got a real pulse on
That's
the
right.
beat. Yeah.
You're finding all those British bands.
All the British bands unintentionally that I didn't know were British. Oops.
I know, because you mentioned that this was kind of more of an Americana one, and I pulled it up and I was like, yeah, I hear that. And then I was like, they're British.
Yeah.
Which Brits do Americana well, too. That's not
They
to say.
do.
A little bit traitorous, but sorry.
It's okay. We'll throw tea in their, I don't know, their bay.
I'm going to throw tea in your bay. Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
It's okay. Our cocktail is based on a Boston, you know?
That's true.
So it started the song, hard left, hard right guitar, starts with just one channel going and then brings in the rest of it. And I love that. It's a well-worn production trick, but it gets me every time. I think it's cute.
Absolutely.
Lyrically, I was standing to attention by the time that you arrived. If there's one thing for certain that a man like me can see, it's the face that I was pulling when you looked right through me. Mm-hmm. Universal.
I just like the line, something changed when I got older. Now the hours move like death. Speaking of nostalgia.
Yes. The hours move like death is a beautiful phrase. Yeah.
Which, you know what? Now let's dissect that a little bit, because I'm finding as I age, time moves faster. So maybe these young UK dudes don't quite know how that works yet, but also the hours do move like death sometimes. So.
Or they understand that death comes faster than people anticipate.
That's very true. Oh my God.
Are you aware of the band Rainbow Kitten Surprise?
I've heard the name and I don't know what they do. Tell us.
It's going in the playlist. I think they're North Carolina based.
Oh, cool.
They've been around for a while. They had an album in 2018 called How To Friend Love Freefall that kind of blew up a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah, and there's a couple of songs on there that remind me of this. Fever Pitch is the one that I will send you and put on the playlist.
Fabulous.
Yeah, there's a lot of classic indie rock noises in here. I love the drums. The break into the second chorus is so good, where it's just the tom roll in.
Yeah. I was noticing their transitions are excellent. It's never the same thing. It's not just stereotypical, this is a 4 on the floor rock song. Like, they're always doing something interesting to bring us into the next section.
Yeah. It's clear that they have a lot of time playing live together. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which you can tell on a recording if it's like a live band that went to the studio or kind of vice versa. Mm-hmm. But the bass line here is great too. It's not fancy, but it's solid. And I was like, oh, this one's fun to play.
It's utilitarian in a way that I think really serves the song.
Yep.
The repeat of the chorus at the end, where all of those pads start kind of chaotically folding themselves into the mix.
Yeah.
They do such a good job of raising the tension until they repeat the chorus a third time and it pulls everything out except for the main voice, the drums, and someone yelling the notes to the harmony in the background.
And it sounds slightly robotic. I was like, is this a sampled voice? Which maybe it was. I don't know.
Maybe.
Something was affected there, or someone was just singing it and they put some effects on it. But
it's such a fucking cool move.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, very unexpected. Yeah.
That part stuck out to me too. It's just a jam. I like this band. I'm excited to listen. I think they had if I'm remembering correctly, they have something coming out in a record, like one of those things, you know?
What else do you think they would have coming out if not a record for this podcast?
You know, there's something is coming, guys. I'm not sure if it's like a record, a dragon, like a new scientific formula, but the Westside Cowboys are making something.
They have 2 singles out from an upcoming record. This is the second of those 2 singles. The first is a song called Kickstones, parentheses, The Boys.
Amazing.
Yes.
They really like...
They like boys, as it turns out, which...
Great.
Same.
Oh, I think we're switching gears for the next jam.
It's also a jam in a very different way.
Yeah.
Let's listen to Kelela and PinkPantheress.
It's what we don't say. Your eyes look away. Now we're going round and round, leaving me to figure out. With you, it's a game. First time, so right, my neck all night. You in red light, will you? I might one touch, I'm like headed no sight. Don't be so polite, will you? I might first time, so right, my neck all night. You in red light, will you? I might one touch, I'm like.
Chill.
Oh, it's so good.
Reminds me of a couple songs on the new Fuckers, spelled F-C-U-K-E-R-S album, which I loved and we haven't had an opportunity to talk about.
Yeah.
Kelela has such a gorgeous voice.
Thank God we have one American on this podcast episode. Kelela's holding it down because PinkPantheress, her featured artist, is also British. But they're so good together.
They are.
Sexy was my note. It's sexy.
Yeah, there's just a silkiness to Kelela's voice that is like very entrancing.
Yeah.
In the chorus, I guess after the chorus, the vocal repetitions that are like very subtle cuts layered over each other, very, very pretty.
The vocal production in this is just, I was just, enthralled, like put on headphones for this, guys, because I think they're both in it. They're back and forthing. It's a conversation, but the minds, they have some effects. They have some like, I don't know, some stutters in them. It was interesting. There's a lot going on, and I actually have to listen 4 more times. But
yeah, there is a lot going on. The things that I picked up on first listen is in the second chorus, there is a sudden stereo widening of the vocals, and they just feel like they pull apart and open a little bit, and that's a really cool effect. There's a lot of 4th interval vocal harmonies in this song, which I find really interesting.
Totally.
It reminds me of like, my note here was the Pussycat Dolls on Xanax, because I feel like they had a lot of similar harmonies in the mid-thousands.
That's your new quote. Last week, I think iconically, it was Carly Rae Jepsen is the Mary Oliver of pop women, and this week it's Pussycat Dolls on Xanax.
Well, you know, we always need a pull quote for the beginning of the episode.
That's right.
Also in this song, really good flanging vocals.
Talk to us about flange, please.
Editor Alex here. The answer that I originally gave Jana was correct but incomplete, and I wanted to give everybody a better representation of what flanging is, so that's why I'm here now. Flanging is an effect that's produced by mixing two identical signals together, so a copy of the same guitar over and over, right? Where one signal is delayed by a small and gradually changing period of time, typically less than 20 milliseconds. So imagine those two signals slowly pulling apart from each other and then moving back. It creates what I think engineers call a comb filter effect. That is a hollow, metallic whooshing sound that sounds a little bit like a jet engine when it's applied to like a guitar, but it also, on a vocal, it sort of sounds almost like an EQ sweep applied on top of a vocal.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it can be really cheesy if you use it wrong, because I think people figured it out in the 70s and 80s and then just killed it.
I was going to say, I associate that effect with 70s and I don't ever think about it. But
it's used
I'm
well
glad
here.
You pointed it out. Do you think it's used because if in the wrong production hands, their voices could be too similar to even differentiate? Like,
ooh.
I found those things, it worked in this song, but I was like, I can't necessarily tell when one starts and the other.
If anything, I think it was used sparingly in the parts that it was used in to break up what otherwise would have been a little bit monotonous in terms of melody.
Sure.
Yeah, so it gives the ear something new to listen to.
That makes sense. Right.
Yeah.
And the beat is pretty, it's pretty standard and steady throughout. There's some cool push-pull toward the end. But
it's a lo-fi house beat, you know?
Yeah. So that's where the variance comes in. That's interesting. I take that.
Yeah. There's an early thousands glitter noise halfway through this. It's chimes, right? It's just chimes, but it's so typical of like beautiful, girly early thousands pop.
Yep.
Yeah, it takes you to a certain space.
Again, nostalgic to return to, and things are simpler.
And then have we talked about this on the podcast before? I don't know if we have. I hate vocal cuts. I'm not a huge fan of them. I think they can be used in a really tacky way, and maybe that's just the fact that they were so pervasive in like
Funny. I
2010s
really love
pop music.
Vocal.
Do
yeah,
you?
See, I love that shit. One of my favorite pop tracks ever is Selena Gomez. Oh shoot, it's her with a DJ. Hang on.
Is it the Kygo song?
Yeah, about where she's like, Bowery, whiskey neat, like the vocal chops or an instrument there. I love that
song. It's the Wolf song or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll look it up here real quick.
I have thoughts about it, but
I'm
trying.
Me.
Yes, that one. I'm trying not to be pretentious about it either.
You can be. I think it's because I'm not a pop newbie, but pop was opening up to me about like a decade late at a time. So I was like, when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, this is so cool.
In that part of pop, I think that like Mo, remember Mo?
Mm-hmm.
And Tova Stirka, who you may not have heard of, but she was like an opener for Lorde a few years back. She like very good pop artist. I think they use that kind of vocal chop really, really well. Yeah. But the one place that I really, really love it is Donna Missel's music. Donna Missel has a song called Sex is Good, But Have You Tried? And
oh my God. I've heard of Donna. I can't remember what I've heard though. That name is familiar.
I love that song so much that I may, editor Alex, a tiny cut of that in here. I will send it to you directly after this podcast because it's beautiful.
Sex is good, but have you tried fucking with yourself? I could tell you what it's like, but better you find out. Sex is good until you come.
I'm going to force that Selena Gomez song onto the playlist, so.
I'll allow it begrudgingly. But the vocal cuts here are like very unobtrusive and used really effectively as a texture.
They're really cool.
Yeah, they're great. Everything here is where it should be, which is what you expect from like a PinkPantheress song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know much about PinkPantheress? Is she TikTok viral situation? Like,
I think she has escaped the confines of TikTok really well.
Yes.
But I think the first time that she really, really blew up was her collaboration with Ice Spice, which was
that's right.
major TikTok fodder.
Who I
Yeah, The
have
Boy's a
thoughts
Liar
on,
Part
but
2.
We
Yeah.
won't talk about. I've seen Ice Spice live. She appeared at the Eras tour date that I saw with Taylor. And I was
okay.
like, can I say this on this podcast? No one's going to hunt me down. I was like, oh.
You think you the shit, you not even the fart.
Yeah. Of all
Yeah.
the guests that could have happened, we got Ice Spice.
Yeah, honestly, from a purely marketing demographic perspective, I think that Taylor Swift during the Eras tour was trying to make sure that she captured a much younger audience while retaining her older audience,
For
right?
sure.
And Ice Spice has the attention of younger people, or did at
was
that
a-
time, like nobody else.
It was an interesting move. Shoot, which one did she remix with Ice Spice? I can't even remember because I blocked it out. But yeah,
I
something
remember
from-
the stills from the music video because they looked insane, but I don't remember the song at all.
Yeah, something from Midnight's, I think.
Editor Alex here, and if you are a Taylor Swift fan and screaming, it's karma. It's karma. I remembered it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
God, I'm such a bad Swiftie these days. I'm
Yeah.
like talking about Hillary Duff all the time. Anyway,
Anyhow, Kelela's great. PinkPantheress is great.
this was a excellent track, and it sounds like, well, I was reading again. I was Wikipediaing Kelela, and she like kind of takes gaps between records. Like she had kind of a good first run and then took several years off, and now she's been releasing kind of consistently since 2023, but this is part of a new project. So
Yeah, I didn't realize that Kelela had been around since like 2013.
Yeah.
Which is, she's quite an established artist at this point. And it's not like, this is not the only genre of music she's in. She, before she sort of started releasing under her own name in 2013, she was singing jazz standards when she
No
was in
way.
college in cafes. And in 2008, she sang prog metal vocals for a band called Dizzy Spells.
that's so cool.
Yeah, she's cool. She's cool. I have not heard a lot of her stuff, but I'm excited to dive into the discography.
I think that's a trend from the last band of just like really accomplished like live performance work, and then it transfers over into the recordings are excellent.
If you have not heard it, she's on the song Scales from Solange's A Seat at the Table, which is one of my favorite records from that year, which I think is also, I think it's 2013, maybe?
I think you're right.
2016.
It was the mid 2010s.
The mid 2010s, but it's a good album,
Solange.
Yeah. Anyhow, this song is great. I have nothing else to say about it other than I want to listen to everything else Kelela has ever done.
I know. I think this is like our summer jam playlist episode, which is
Yeah.
great. We don't have to go too deep in the middle of July.
It's too hot to go too deep.
know.
Not to sound very suggestive.
I really like that line though. I might steal it.
Please do. It's a song seed. Shout out Berkeley. Well, Jana, anything you want to plug this week?
Not a thing. I'm excited. I won't say details, but I just sent Alex a track to work on, so that's fun.
You
The
did.
collaboration continues.
And it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
I won't say which song, but when I was taking notes on one of these 3 songs, I was like, is this a reference track for the one we're about to work on? Mm-hmm. You guys can read into that what you will. Anyway, yeah, I think the update here is that we're both working on art, and we always will. So can't stop, won't stop. These songs were a great reprieve. I personally have a big release coming up next week that I'm excited about. Not mine, somebody else's, but we're going to talk about somebody on the pod. If you want to guess, you can. You can probably figure it out. But I don't know. There's always music coming at us, which is great. I realize that. That's part of mixomusicology. There's always something new to talk about and listen to. And I think that's makes the weird shit better.
Yeah. And we're never going to stop. You can't make us.
You can't make us stop.
Jana, this was great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alex. And cheers, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Mixomusicology. It's a labor of love from two working musicians, and we're so honored to have you along for the ride. If you like what we do, consider sharing this episode or the podcast more broadly on socials and rating us on whatever app you're using to listen. Have a new music suggestion? Have thoughts on a song we reviewed? Reach out to us on socials. We'd love to hear from you. See you next week.